The Maliwan dropships in Borderlands 3 were implemented using a simple sequence container inside of Unreal 4. Despite what meets the eye, they're not actually real vehicles, but more like a simple tram riding on an invisible track in the sky. Their main purpose is to spawn Maliwan enemy types into the game world. I was tasked with their sound design, and due to the simplicity of their implementation inside of Unreal, there weren't many places to hook up sounds outside of a simple loop and some one-shots. Now let's check out the new Windows session I used to create the audio. I wanted to get a nice cool sounding synth loop to use as the main layer of the engine that would be versatile enough to use for all situations. I took some synth source of a deep bass growl I had generated in Serum during pre-production and dropped it into the Native Instruments reactor ensemble known as Form. Form allowed me to use its granular and sub-oscillator capabilities to dial in a sound I liked that would make it easy to loop. Once I got the sound I was happy with, I printed the audio onto my print track, chopping up each sound into individual sections and exporting them into Wise. I prefer this method of creating one single looping audio file, well, because it's easier to me, but it also creates a little bit more variation of the sound inside of Wise. I'll show you what I mean. Here's the inside of our middleware audio project in Wise. Note this random container here, and all of the subsequent sound files of our Maliwan dropship engine inside of it. Each one of those sound files is about a second long. I have told this random container to continuously play them in a random pattern, cross-fading each file into one another. Notice how seamless this loop sounds. And all I had to do was chop up my sound into 1-second bits and let Wise handle the rest. Really easy. Much easier than meticulously trying to create a single looping sound file, and adds a little more variation. Next up, I tied a simple RTPC to this loop. I decided to tie this RTPC to a pitch envelope to mimic the sound of a ship pitching upward as it gets faster and vice versa. And here's the loop implemented engine side attached to the Maliwan dropship actor. To make the presentation feel more dynamic, I needed to create various one-shot swells. Here's a few pass-by sounds I cobbled together using my own synth source and other commercial library recordings of jet engines and sci-fi swells. I did the same things for landings and takeoffs. And just for good measure, here are some distant one-shots designed to create more ambient atmosphere in our maps. Now, let's hear how everything plays out together with a few examples from the final game. Thanks again for watching. Seeing the response to the mouthpiece video last week just warmed my heart. Thank you so much. This video right here actually is the first in the series I made, so apologies if my editing and everything like that is a little bit rough. I've only been using Premiere for a couple of months now, so I'm hoping to keep working on improving my skills there. Next week, let's talk about some weapon audio. Can't wait to show you that one. Have a good week.